Absolutely.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Take Two Radio Soaps and Review. I am Pam, your host for tonight, from the very, very snowy land of Chicago or Illinois or whatever you want to put it, or the Midwest. Who cares? Let's say goodbye to winter. And to help me with that, as my co-host tonight, we have the devilish David, the charismatic CAROLYN, the Admiral Anthony, and the captivating Candice. Hi, guys. Ooh. How do you like that?
I like it.
Candice. I love it. Ooh.
I don't know how admirable I am, but okay.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So we were just discussing this before the show went live, that, we're hoping that Candice has a blizzard-free birthday coming up, and, we're just all tired of it. So, you know what? All of us people that live in the Midwest and on the East Coast, that are co-hosts here, not all the people listening, but all of us here, we need to go bunker and hunker down with Miss CAROLYN.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. I agree with that. I have lots of room.
Okay. We only need a small space, just something to sleep on, and we'll be fine. I was watching one of my friends on Periscope today that lives in Florida, around the Tampa area, and somebody asked her, what the weather was like today and how hot was it, and she said 80 degrees, and I wanted to just die. I'm like, this is not fair.
Yeah, it was pretty warm. Pretty warm. I mean, it's 75. It's 75 right now in my house because of the heat. I mean,
right?
that counts.
Right?
That counts, right? Okay. Heat waves. All right. I feel you, CAROLYN. I feel you. 80. Okay. I'm gonna crank this up just a little bit so I can feel it.
Sweetheart, I'm feeling the same exact thing, but it only counts until I got to put the leash on and walk the dog.
Oh.
And then it's back to 12 degrees.
Yeah, I know.
Poor dogs. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, the dog's got a coat and boots and a vest and a scarf. The dog's okay. It's me. I'm shivering like an idiot.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see any snow. Like it never fails in Maryland. I mean, it snows, but then it's not. It'll just be like little, snow flurries here and there. It'll stick on the ground for a few hours. Then it'll be the rain and then the ice. But then, like in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be. I'm telling folks, I know this. It's been a reoccurring here for the last 2 years. It will seriously on February 20th or the 19th or the 20th, they'll call for snow, and next thing you know, it's going to be a blizzard. I am done with snow.
I know. It wouldn't be so bad if we would get it in small increments throughout the whole of winter. But
exactly.
it just gives us a little bit, and then it's 50 degrees, and then it gives us a little bit, and then it's 40 degrees, and then it gives us a little bit, then it's 40 below zero. And now, like they said, we're waiting for 2 feet of snow right now. I mean, it's just
That's
nuts.
why we all need to live in Salem. I mean, for being in the Midwest, they get one snow every 3 years. And it's gone the next day, and they're all hanging out having coffee in the square.
Yeah.
Screw that. I'm going to Sunset Beach. I will go to Sunset Beach in a heartbeat. I'll just have, I'll just be right there on the beach, just hanging out.
Well, I take it none of you want to go to Genoa City then.
I would.
That's Wisconsin.
During the summer. during the spring and the fall.
Yeah.
If I am in Genoa City, I'm checking out all the bathroom walls.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, we could do Bold and the Beautiful, because they're in LA, so that's nice and warm too. If we're going to pick, cities from our soaps.
I know, but we might get stuck in the cafe with Sheila and never be seen again.
Oh, Lord.
None of us hook up for Brooker Ridge. Otherwise, we're out. We're stuck.
Hey, you get to hang out with the 7 people that only lives in Los Angeles, because there's only 7 people in Los Angeles. I don't know if anybody knows that or not. Unless you're getting married, then it may be 13 people that will be in LA. You never know. Never know.
Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, there's more people.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, for our listeners, we're just chit-chatting while we're waiting for our guest to call in, who happens to be Austin Peck, and I'm sure you guys recognize him as an actor for Days of Our Lives, One Life to Live, As the World Turns, and so on and so forth. He's joined the cast of the Emmy-nominated series Tainted Dreams as a character of Max, and you can catch Tainted Dreams on Amazon. Season 2 just started, so get on it. I mean, and of course he reprised his role for a short time as Austin on Days of Our Lives. And I see that there's a petition out there. Did you guys see that petition to bring Austin and Carrie back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrie is back.
Yeah. Yeah, but they want them back together on the show at the same time, so.
That makes sense.
It doesn't hurt to try.
Well, there's a lot of untold story there, and they could definitely explore the whole Abigail thing. In the wake of Sammy leaving, there's a lot that could be explored with that, too, if they brought him back. And obviously Anna, who's a whole lot of fun with or without her urn.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, my Lord. Who would want to walk around with that all the time?
Pam?
What?
Would you like to announce the winner of our Valentine's poll?
Oh, yes. We put out a poll for who you love the best as a couple, and hands down, Eric and Nicole from Days of Our Lives won. I mean, it was a slam dunk. Nobody else had a chance, so I don't know where. It must have been posted in a Eric and Nicole Facebook group or something, because they all of a sudden came out of the woodwork. And, I mean, we had a few hundred votes, and probably about a good 70% of them were for Eric and Nicole.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless.
Who was number 2? Who was number 2? Kayla and Steve, I hope.
You know what? I'd have to look. I don't remember. I just looked at the first one, whoever the winner was. And
Eric and Nicole.
Yep, Eric and Nicole. I like them together too. Nobody else?
I like them together, although I wish that they hadn't rushed the exit storyline. I like the dynamic between Eric, Nicole, and Brady.
Yeah.
And I really wish they hadn't rushed it as fast as they did. There was a lot of potential story there.
And you know what? It's funny, and it might just be the actress and partly the character, but I actually like Nicole with everybody pretty much that she was with, except for, when she was with Stefano. That was kind of odd, but.
I harken back to the days when she was with EJ. There was magic between the two of them. And I wish they had revisited that too at some point.
Yeah, it would just be nice if EJ came back. That's all there is to that. And I don't mean another actor, although of course I'd probably eventually, live with it. But I mean, come on, there's only one James Scott.
Absolutely.
There is.
That is kind of interesting. If one day down the line, Dave decides to bring EJ back. I mean, I always say this: when you have an actor so familiar with the role, like us viewers, like you said, there's only one person that can play EJ, James Scott. And then when they have somebody, I mean, I feel bad for casting directors all the time because I'm like, okay, you have this job, you have this task to hire an actor to play the recast of this popular character, and it could go either or. And let's be honest, we're also fans. Over the years, there's been tons of recasts that has done well. Right. And there's some recasts that has been like, okay, really, who was the casting director's drinking? But I mean, I was constantly, every time I heard a casting, thing for Days of Our Lives about a tall, handsome leading man, I'm like, please don't. I'm like, who are they gonna? Who? Okay, it's not EJ. Because I feel that's just like Young and the Restless with Adam Newman, or General Hospital with fill in the blank. Nicholas Cassadine, I got, which is weird because Days of Our Lives. I just,
speaking
that's
of
one
Nicholas
of those
Cassadine, that was the big rumor for a good couple of weeks when we found out that Tyler Christopher was going to Days. Everyone thought he was coming on as EJ.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
you guys chit chat, and I'm gonna make a call. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
And and speaking of recasts, we can crown the bold and the beautiful as the recast, the show recaster of the year, of the last couple of years. And, they've taken some famous names and put them in some famous roles to some critical acclaim and some critical, success, depending on who's viewing it. Ingo is really trying very hard to walk in the shoes of Thorne, and he's not really getting a lot of fan support.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Who's
Hello?
calling?
Hello?
Hi, Austin?
Yes.
Hi, this is Pam from Take Two Radio. How are you?
Oh, hey. Hold on one second. Let me get off the other line. Hold on.
All right. That's weird. It didn't put them in the private room so I could give them the heads up. It just put them on air. It just put them on air, so they must have changed something. I don't know.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can hear you.
Awesome. Take Two Radio. Here we go. Rock on. In the immortal words of Matthew McConaughey. All right. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to join us tonight. We're so very pleased to have you.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm so busy right now. I'm sitting in front of the TV, and I just was talking with a buddy of mine about, movies. So, yeah, I'm like so busy right now. I have a buddy of mine. We he's a filmmaker and actor and stuff like that, and we just like, I'll see a movie and I'll be like, dude, I just saw this movie, it was awesome, and then I just saw this movie and it totally sucked, and then we'll just talk about it. Well, like literally for 2 hours we'll just talk different, talk about Hollywood and movies. And
that gets interesting. I mean, it depends on what movie you're talking about, and it's great to hear other people's opinions. So.
When you I mean, it's like we were talking about horror movies. What's the best horror movie that's ever been made?
One of my co-hosts can answer that because I'm not into horror movies. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not a big horror movie fan, but I know enough about horror movies, and I'm just saying, what is the best horror movie ever made?
It depends on what you're looking for. If it's the suspense factor or if it's the gore factor. I mean, I love
not the gore factor. To me, the gore factor is more like there's like slasher porn. That's a little bit like people just like to see people gore and all that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about like real like horror movie, like scary, psychological. You know what I mean? Like really freak you out.
The original House on Haunted Hill.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Original House on Haunted Hill. Okay. All right.
Yeah, the
Any
50s
other
version
guesses?
of it is. Yeah, absolutely.
I would
Okay.
say it's old school House of Wax. The old
House
school
of Wax. Okay. Well, hey, The Exorcist. Anybody? Anybody?
That,
The Exorcist.
that's what I said.
That's the scariest
did
movie
me
ever
in.
made.
That
the scariest
did me
movie
in.
ever made.
Yep.
And it got
I
nominated for an Academy Award.
I cannot sleep without the TV on to this day because of that movie. I cannot watch commercials for it. I can't hear anybody talk about it. I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All you have to do with The Exorcist is watch Repossessed right after it, and you'll be fine. It's the antidote.
No. No.
Cool.
That movie was awesome, though.
Not when you see it when you're younger. Let me tell you, it really makes an impact on your life.
I'll be honest. God bless my parents. I was 4 years old when I saw that movie.
You saw Exorcist?
I saw Exorcist. My mom, God bless her soul.
When you were 4 years old? Oh, my God.
Wait a minute. Here's the thing. I grew, okay, not to take up enough time, but I grew up watching, like, horror films. Like, Freddy was my go-to, obviously. You know, everybody grew up with Freddy and Jason and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
That was like epic for me. Like, I think I learned how to jump rope because of Freddy. With 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. I had no problem. I had no problem at all. And to this day, like when I watch horror films, I think they're more of a comedy now. Like, I don't know if anybody feels that way. I just feel you know, old school, like Psycho, Exorcist, House of Wax, you know, The Haunted Hill. Those are iconic. You go from that to now, it's kind of like oh my God, like please don't kill me. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Like,
did you see Get Out? That was good.
Get Out was
Get Out was
good.
a great movie.
Get Out was really good. Get Out was really good.
That made me believe again in the genre. That made me believe. I was like, thank you. So, But
well, I'm going to say Get Out. I'm not watching Get Out, so.
You know what? Actually, Get Out is more psychological. It's not a slasher film. It's more psychological, and it's funny. It's got some really funny aspects to it.
Yeah, the hooks in it are great. Absolutely.
That I can do. I don't mind suspense and psychological and stuff like that.
Oh, you like Get Out. You like Get Out. So are we actually in the interview right now, or
yes, we are. We're live on air.
Oh, cool. Okay, great.
We like our viewers to see the people side, the real side.
Right, and that's how we like to do our shows, so it's perfect. But before I unleash my crew on you with their questions, would you like to share with us and our listeners how you decided to get into show business?
How I decided to get into show business. I'm from LA, so that kind of helped. My mother was an actress. She's retired. That influence helped, but it didn't contribute to me getting into it. And my stepfather was, a Hollywood agent. So, I mean, that environment was, it was, around me. But literally, I was walking down the street. These things happen, and some people came up to me that, for a legitimate agency and asked if I would be interested in acting and modeling and all that kind of stuff, and I was like, all right, and I went out on a commercial call. My first one was for Kellogg's Pop-Tarts, and landed a job, and here I am, 16, 17 years old, getting residual checks that I was like making my eyes pop out, and I was like, I think I found my career.
Wow.
Nice.
Of course, you think
you're all the time.
Yeah, you think, but I don't want to paint an improper picture, but it wasn't like I was it was all super easy and everything went like that. But that was my introduction into the industry, and then definitely have had definitely have gone through my paying of dues and my peaks and my valleys, and you know what I mean. So it's it's not like that. It wasn't like that for me the whole time, you know. I mean, again, I'm not a household name. You know what I mean? So
you are to us.
You are on the soap.
Well,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not even honest. Well, I'm on Tainted Dreams right now, which is fantastic on Amazon Prime. But you know, I'm not on CBS, ABC, or NBC.
Yeah, well, you know, everybody, I would say probably 99.9% of anybody that's in the acting business is in the same situation you are. Nobody works 100% of the time, and not everybody's a household name in the big screen or whatever, but you know, as long as you're making your way and you're able to pay your bills and you love what you're doing still 16 years later, that's all that matters.
Oh, I got to tell you, I mean, I gave up. To me, the whole that's another topic of the conversation I was having with a buddy of mine. You know, again, he's a filmmaker, and we've known each other for 20 years, and we're talking about the heyday of the action star in the 80s, and Arnold and Schwarzenegger and Van Damme and Seagal and Bruce Willis and how much things have changed, and it's like how much the industry itself has changed. And for me personally, how much has changed is, when I first got into the business, I mean, who doesn't want to be a big star, and who doesn't want to be, loved for what you do?
Right.
And a long time ago, I made a very, very serious, conscious change that, I just basically want to make a living doing what I love to do, and one of those things is act. So, I mean, if I work on the show and I'm, get to be, acting and making a living, I'm happy. I really am. I'm good. I don't need all that other stuff. I really don't. In fact, I don't think it's ever really brought much good to anybody.
It's just icing on the cake sometimes when you can land a huge, maybe lead or co-lead role on a big movie that's, won awards and stuff like that. But as you said, as long as you're doing what you love to do, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, like Tainted Dreams, I had, with Sonia Bliangardo and everything, and working with her in As World Turns, and then doing Tainted Dreams. I mean, I think it's a fantastic concept. I think it's, very well delivered. You got some really solid performances. It's very diverse, eclectic cast, and I had a ball playing my character, Max. I think my character was fun to play. So
definitely.
Why
don't you let our listeners know that have not watched Tainted Dreams yet what it's about?
Well, it's about a soap behind a soap, and especially in the genre where there's now only 4 soaps alive. So, all the drama. The idea. The thing is that I'm excited for Sonia because the idea really has permeated, have been kind of like fermenting, in the soap circles for a long time, and she's the one that actually did it, is to do a soap about a soap, but in a very realistic way, not in a way where you have people that don't come from soap doing soap. She actually comes from soap, and and all these actors. So we're not making fun of it. What we're doing is we're telling the story of it and the drama of what it's like behind the scenes. And all of the stories are all real stories taken from different people. You know what I mean? Like, so Sonia wrote what she knew based upon, her time and working in the industry. And I mean, any actor that has worked for any length of time on soap opera has juicy stories. So I mean, I really hope it continues and we can just tell more drama. It's a good premise. It's a really fun show. Great characters, and I mean, especially my character, I think is the best on the show. but that's what he would say.
And it's not campy, which is awesome.
Right.
No, it's not campy. You know, we're not making fun of soaps, and I think that's one thing a lot of people do. Like one of the funniest films is Soap Dish, right? I mean, it's Whoopi Goldberg and you got Robert Downey Jr. I mean, it's really funny, and it's really there's a lot of truth in it, but they're really making fun of it, and and it's it's funny film. It's a great film, but that's not what the MO of what Sonia wanted to do. She didn't want to, like, when the actors were, one thing I like scenes with like Kelly and Walt, they're really playing their character scenes in the soap real. They're not all of a sudden being campy and soapy to show a difference. It's like they're really, hey, we're gonna really be these actors on this show while we're actors on this show, and I thought I liked that concept. I thought that was a smart concept.
I absolutely love it. I mean, you really have to pay attention too because of it being a soap within a soap. I mean, you're like, okay, Tainted Dreams or Painted Dreams now? Are we watching?
Right, right.
But it's really good. I mean, and I can see why it was nominated for an Emmy, and I think that they should win hands down, and just like quite a few other series that are out there like this. But what I love about it is that this is not just a web series that you see on YouTube or something. It's on Amazon. I mean, come on. That's huge.
Yeah, it is huge. It's good. It's good. And, hopefully people will get into it and watch it and spread the news. And then we could, continue to produce more for the future. I mean, that's the goal.
Right.
We're all hoping for that here.
Right. Well, Anthony, let's go ahead and get started with your questions first. You ready,
hey,
Austin?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Hey, Austin. I'm Anthony from Staten Island, New York. First, I want to just say you're part of one of my favorite TV movies ever, Sing Me a Murder. But anyway.
Oh my God.
Harmony.
Harmony. Oh my God. That was one of the stuff. That was a hard job to do. I don't know why, but it was. But go on.
You've been on 3 major soaps, and you're now part of a web series. I was wondering if you could talk to our listeners a little bit about the similarities and differences on filming the same genre, but with a completely different outlook and a completely different way of filming.
Well, I mean, the thing is I've worked on, the 3, you got Days, As World Turns, and One Life to Live. And one thing I think, you got ABC, CBS, and NBC, so I've worked all 3 networks. And, each show has its own personality. I would say the top of the list for me personally was As World Turns, because I got to play a character that just really fit me. And, they wrote for me, and there was a lot of humor and a lot of irony, a lot of fun with the show. I think a lot of daytime shows, I think, to be honest, tend to take themselves a little too serious. And when you work on some shows, that seriousness kind of, in my opinion, kind of takes away from real drama. It's like, you're trying to paint the picture too hard. Whereas working on like Tainted Dreams, the sensibility of Sonia and writing it was coming from As the World Turns, which allowed that humor, that ironic aspect of just what it's like to be a human being to be really alive. And so, that's the difference for me is, doing like Tainted Dreams and compared to some other shows is just like the approach to the work. You know what I mean? The approach. You know,
right.
and also a certain level of freedom given to the actors and the writers to let yourself laugh, you know, to let yourself, to not take yourself so seriously.
Seriously.
I don't know if that answered your question, and maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know. So.
It answered enough. The other question I have for you, I have to say I absolutely love Max. What was the hardest thing about stepping into Max? Was it the duality of being so nothing? Okay.
Nothing. It was for me. It was just like as soon as, you know, the great thing is that Sonia said she wrote the character for me, which was such a wonderful compliment. Is that I understand that type of character. It doesn't mean I am that type of character. It's just that I understand that, like, I wear that that color well. You know what I mean? And I may not wear that color because, you know, it's like, I don't know if you ever dress a certain way that you like, and then you'll wear something. Someone will say, "Hey, try this on," that you would never ever think looks good on you, and then it looks really good on you, but you would wear that for that moment, but then you would go back to what you normally wear. And
the
that's kind of like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like I feel more comfortable wearing this,
right.
But you know, to be honest, I look really good in this, and like Max is a kind of character that I think I wear really well, and I understand really well, although isn't me.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Next up is David.
Hey, Austin.
Hey, David.
What do you believe are Max's long-term goals?
Well, I see Max as being a really lost soul. You know what I mean? I really do. I see him being someone who's very lost and trying to find his way. You know, he sees the world in a very clear and understandable, very clear way, which is he's a man with very, you know, he's a man in very kind of unique circumstances, which is, you know, he's, you know, working actor, and, you know, it's easy for him to meet women, and, you know, women like him, and he likes women, and I think he's just doing what seems to come natural for him. But I think in essence, he's really looking for love. He truly is looking for love. But he just is, you know, not to be corny, but looking for it in all the wrong ways.
Right, all the wrong places.
All the wrong places.
I think most of us are like that. That's the human factor.
Right. I changed it from places to ways because because Alicia's character is the right place.
Yes.
It's just the way he's going about it is wrong.
Right.
Absolutely.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So of course she's attracted to Michael's character, and of course I'm attracted to Terry's character, which you know, they're actually a greater fit, but more on an exterior way. I think Max kind of wants something deeper, but he doesn't know how to go about and get it.
And everything else comes so easily as far as the love / sex.
Yes, it's, you know, it's pleasure. You know what I mean? It's like pleasure.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I'm having a good time, and I really kind of don't want to. I don't want the party to stop. I want my cake and eat it too.
Or in season 3.
Yeah.
So, thank you. So my next question is, what did you learn about acting from your fellow castmates?
Oh, good question.
From like across the board, like or on? Are you talking about on a particular show?
Cast of Tainted Dreams, yeah.
You want do you want the politically correct answer, or do you want the honest answer?
We want the real answer.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the real answer, to be perfectly honest, is the real answer is nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that has, that has absolutely nothing to say. It's just like I kind of had been acting for a while.
Right.
So for me, playing the character of Max was kind of like yes and, because Max was in some sense a kind of version of Brad from As Will Turn. Brad is a little bit more childlike, where Max is a little bit more, closer to the dick side. You know what I mean?
Rick, really?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Isn't it sort of Brad meets Rick?
Yeah. Good, hey,
yeah,
good call.
That's good. Yeah,
good call.
Definitely.
Hey, you never thought about it. Kind of like Brad meets Rick. And, I was really bummed that, I didn't get – I think, Frank Valentini really wanted to explore Rick more. And they planned on that, but, the show went off the air and everything. And they wanted to expand it, and because because the way I saw Rick was, and Rick was just an opportunist, and he was just using the whole porn industry as a means to an end. You know what I mean? Because he transitioned from porn to music. You know what I mean? So for him, it was like it was all about business and being ambitious and opportunistic. And I think that, again, Rick was a lost soul. Brad was a lost soul, and so is Max. So I play lost souls well.
Well, it works. That's all that matters.
You have the underlying charm to make them want to be redeemed, to make them want to be more.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like this is probably get me in trouble, but fuck it, is it, the hardest thing I ever had to do is play Austin Reed. I mean, to be honest, Austin Reed was the most difficult acting job I've ever had in my life. I mean, it was the most challenging, the most difficult. I look forward to going to work every single day, and it was always a challenge because they never wrote Austin towards me. I felt like they always wrote Austin. It was like, I decided, I don't get this guy. I mean, I just don't really, what makes this guy tick? I mean, I don't really get it. He was a little too polished in certain ways, and a little too well put together in certain ways, and too goody-goody in a lot of ways. And I was like, I don't really get that. I mean, I'm way too flawed, and I'm way too human, and it was very difficult for me to play. So that's why, like, character of Rick and these flawed characters, are, I relate to that because I am so flawed.
Well, you're not only person or actor or actress that we've spoken with that has said that they'd rather play a bad boy or a bad girl character or something because it makes it more interesting, and it's not always something of who they are, but some, deep down inside, it could be part of what they are.
And it's more they understand it more. They really
well,
more.
I mean, not to get too deep, but isn't it? Aren't our weaknesses is really what binds us together?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if you really have relationships that are built upon strengths, and honest, those relationships tend to be much more shallow.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's our It's our weaknesses that truly bind us together. You know what I mean? True friendship and true understanding. And I think that when people watch, you know what I mean, characters that are struggling with, the real struggle of the fight within us, the good and evil, makes it a lot more interesting.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, thank you, David. Next up is Candice.
Hey, Austin.
Hi, Candice.
Hey, I'm not going to watch Exorcist tonight. Don't worry, I'm good. So, so my question is, you've been a part of the daytime community for years. What piece of advice was given to you back then that you still use now?
Oh, another good question.
Yeah, these are really good questions, you guys. The kind of advice that I've been given back then that I use today. My gosh.
I mean, could you like advice or professional advice?
Yeah, well, you know what, to be honest, is to be perfectly honest, the only reason why I ended up being on Days of Our Lives for as long as I was, especially from the beginning, was because I had a really amazing advocate in Christy Clark. Because I was a hot mess when I started Days of Our Lives. I was in my mid-20s, I looked like I was in my teens, sounded like it too. Green actor, I'd been in class and stuff like that, but this was like I landed a big role. It was in way over my head. And Christy Clark really kind of stood in the gap for me. And I didn't realize that until way later. And I was just really, really like a bull in a china shop. And I would say the best advice that I got wasn't necessarily someone sitting me down and talking to me. It was just kind of like a collective understanding of being professional. And really is, as much as the whole industry can feed your ego, really fight really hard to kind of put your ego aside and use it when it's necessary. But when it comes to how you treat people, you know what I mean? Like, especially the people that make the show work, the crew and and just how you are with people to be human, and to be relatable and to be kind. And I think, to be honest, and to be professional, show up, know your lines, hit your mark, you know what I mean? And be malleable and to be directable and to be professional. And I think that that's ultimately is the best advice that I could give anybody that I try to emulate. Now, I'm not perfect.
Yeah. Well, it's a way to keep your job, that's for sure. Because if you're not any of those things, you're going to find the door real quick.
Well, you know what? To be honest, perfect. I'll tell you what. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at the behavior of some people. I mean, that's the great thing about Tainted Dreams is that, we're about showing a lot of the real stuff that goes on behind the soap, and each show has its own kind of personality, and you'd be blown away as the reality of things that go on behind the scenes of these shows.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a lot more interesting than what you see on camera.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I can believe that.
It's the truth. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it's the truth.
See, and this actually goes great with the next question I'm going to ask you. Because I wanted to know now I want you to think about this, Austin, okay? Really think about it. Which co-star, it doesn't matter if it was from Days, One Life, As the World Turns, or Tainted Dreams. Which co-star is the one who would release you or anybody in the cast from jail after a wild party?
That would release me? Well, it would have to be. That would okay. So your question is, let me make sure you get this right. Which person, co-star, would get me out of jail after a crazy party?
And
well, that would
Terry.
be my that would be my wife.
Terry.
that would be my wife, Terry. Katie, that would be Katie Peretti from As the World Turns. That would be Terry Con Peck.
Yep.
Yeah. The way they hands down. So.
Well, we would.
I think I know there'd be quite a few that would leave me in there on purpose. And you know what? I wouldn't necessarily blame them.
Allison Sweeney.
she would probably throw in some trumped up charges.
Well, when we initially saw that question, David had said, "I bet Terry Ivins would get you out of jail," and I said yes at the time. But now that you've answered it, I think that she may be one of the ones that would leave you in there.
Probably. Terry Ivins she was awesome to work with. She was absolutely awesome to work with. She was fun.
We love her.
Yeah, she's great.
And I mean, I have to say that this is a dream come true for me as well as others to see all of our favorite actors from all of our favorite shows, both past and present, on Tainted Dreams. I mean, we live with our canceled, soaps in our head. Like somebody had posted an episode of One Life to Live on Catherine Hicklin's Facebook page the other day, and I was watching that, and I was like, oh, my God, I'm still not over that being canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a huge ABC girl. And so for Sonia to do this, I mean, I'm forever grateful to her.
Yeah. Sonia is just literally, she is one of the most consistently wonderful people. You know what I mean? She really is. She's the real deal. She's talented, she's smart, and she's just sweet and loving. So I'm a big fan of Sonia.
Yeah.
Well, I think it shows in the amount. It shows in the people that wanted to work on Tainted Dreams as well. The vast different backgrounds that they were coming from that came together on the show. It wasn't all NBC people, or it wasn't all people that she'd worked with in the past. Her reputation spoke for itself, and of course the writing. I mean, the show is really good.
Yeah, I think so. I tell you what, as far as going to bat for Sonia is not one of those people that really kind of she's not confrontational, which is that could be a weakness, but I don't think it is for her. And I really went to bat for her, but I got my panties in an uproar when I was like, what's taking so long? Because on everybody that works on soaps, we're used to a certain a certain pace. You know what I mean? Like, let's get it together. Let's we can make this happen, and we can make this work, and we can do this in a good time. And I was like, what is taking so long? And I really kind of, I don't know, I acted like a total jerk, but I went up to it was the lighting. And I was like, went up to the guys, and I was just like, got in their faces. I was like, what they, like, there were a bunch of college students, like, they were complaining about this and that and this and that. And I just went in there and set them straight. I was like, I don't know who you guys think you are, but get your shit together. We're all ready, man. We're all ready. Why is it taking you so long? And then, of course, that was probably the most, again, me just taking my big size, 12 shoe and stuffing it straight down my mouth. My throat. But that was like, it was like I was like looking at Sonia. I'm like, what's wrong? She was like, he was frustrated. I'm like, why did it take it so long? She's like, oh, I don't want to tell you. I said, is it this? Is it that? She's like, yeah, okay, hold on a second. I'm going to go do something about it. and I was like, just in real arrogant form, real stupid, arrogant form. It's one of those things like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't know. Maybe I should have done that. But they were messing with Sonia, and that's what pissed me off. Don't mess with Sonia. I will kick your butt.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. I wish that we could all just come down there and spend a week and watch you guys just tape and see everything that goes on. I mean, that would be another dream come true. I mean, not even a week, even if it was just a day, I'm sure we would learn so much more.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you, Candice, for those wonderful questions. And the last but not the very least, we have CAROLYN.
Hi, Justin. It's CAROLYN from St. Pete, Florida. How are you doing?
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Days. This is all new to me, so just bear with me. But I went on YouTube and I saw some of your scenes with Days, and then I went to Tainted Dreams, and I said, "Oh my goodness, your part is so different. You're so real on Tainted Dreams. It's great. It's great. Really enjoying it."
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
And I did some research, and can we talk about your children's book?
A children's book. It's called The Adventures of the Dude and Mr. Bobuji.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically about
your sons?
It's my sons. It's my sons that go on these magical adventures when they open up. They have like this chest of toys, and they'll pull out a toy and they look at the toy, and the toy becomes the theme of the adventure that they go on. So that it becomes like one is the search for the magical bananas, you know what I mean? And they become kind of like these Indiana Jones character, and they're going through the forest and they're trying to look for the magical bananas that gives them this really incredible power, and then they eat the banana, and they end up wrestling with this enormous gorilla. And so I mean it's just it's just kind of it started from bedtime. So I would lie in bed and I would literally just lie there, and they would lie on either side of me, and I would just start telling a story that made no sense. And then it just made no sense. And then I was like, the Adventures of the Search for the Magical Bananas, yeah. But they would get so into it, they would get really, really, really into it. And then I'm like, oh, continue the story, Dad. And I was like, man, I should do something with this. So.
And you're also an illustrator. You did the illustrations for the book.
Yeah, the illustrations. Yeah. So it's to be honest, it's a long time in the running, but it's still in the works.
Okay. So it said that you're a poet and you're doing illustrations and writing a book. That's quite different. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not a poet. I have written some poetry, but to actually call me a poet would be probably a disrespect to all poets out there. You know what I mean? So,
you're young. You've got time.
Yeah.
Hey, Pam,
not
can
as
I
young,
jump in with
not
another
as young as you think. Yeah.
Pam, can I jump in with another one?
Shoot.
Yes.
There's a petition online right now with Christy Clark coming back to Days, bring Austin back. How does that make you feel when the fans still have such a passion and want to see you back on their soap as a past character?
I mean, it's great. Are you kidding me? Hey, look, I just look at it like this. Work is work. I mean, if Days were to call me and would want me back, I would be there in a heartbeat. So, anytime, I think, I look at it like this. I could draw, I can paint, I can write, I can sing, I can play an instrument. I could do all of that without ever needing an audience. But you know what they do with people who act by themselves? They put them in institution
rubber rooms.
Yes. So it's the only art form that must be done with an audience. So anytime I get to act is a blessing to me.
Good answer.
Yeah, we would love to see you back full time, or at least part time.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, the characters are missed. And, but then there's a lot of characters that are missed, but some that have been around for so long, like you guys were, it really, it makes it so great when you guys make appearances at least once in a while.
Yeah, definitely.
And Ron does a really good job of bringing back legacy characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, Ron wrote, he wrote Rick, so, there you go.
Right. He already knows who you are.
That's right.
Yep. So, well, that's all of our questions for tonight. If you want to give a shout-out to the fans before we let you go.
Sure. Well, first of all, I wanted to say thank you guys for just spending your time with me and coming up with such great questions. And I just want to say for all you fans out there of daytime drama, tune in to Tainted Dreams on Amazon Prime. And, and if you want to, the great thing about YouTube and today is that you can watch all the old stuff. It still exists, all those hits really mean a lot. And thank you for being so supportive and caring and loving and just hanging in there with us.
Yes, and as we've said before, and we'll say again, once we're a fan of you guys from the soaps, we follow you no matter where you go. So, Austin, wherever you end up, we're right behind you.
You got it. I'll let you know.
Definitely, and we'd welcome you back anytime. You take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you again for being with us.
Thanks for coming on,
buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Great interview.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
All right, kids. That was fun.
Yeah, he was a great guest.
He was a great guest.
Cool.
So, Anthony, this was your first time with us having a guest on the show. Did you love it?
Absolutely. I've done this in various forms in my past, and this is one of the most raw, fun interviews I've sat in on, without a doubt.
Thank you. We like to keep it real, but we also like to be professional, and so that's why we get to have a lot of fun with our guests on the show, because I think they feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah,
it's interviews like this that will make it more comfortable for some of the other names to come on.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. So, well, I'm definitely looking forward to everything that Austin does, and hopefully, and I'm going to predict this. I'm going to predict there's going to be a season 3 of Tainted Dreams. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah.
I'm halfway through. I'm halfway through the second season right now. I loved season 1. I absolutely love the dynamic of how, like we said before, you almost question which dynamic is it? Is it the show or is it the show in the show?
Right. Right.
It's so seamlessly done. I absolutely think there's going to be a third season.
Yes, you listening to this, Amazon? Hello. Hello. Like Ms. says, hello.
We'll all just tweet it out. We'll all get on there and tweet it out. Get to Amazon.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, too, what helps, if I don't know if you've done it, I know I have when season 1 came on, go on to Amazon and be sure to leave a glowing review.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that, and ask them for more. I mean, that's a big part of it that people don't realize a lot of times is, if the people don't want it, they're not going to do it. So we got to let them know we want it.
Yeah, exactly. The engagement with the fans, they have to get out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one thing to get on one of the blogs or one of the Facebook pages, and I'm not saying don't do it, but if you really are passionate about something that you're seeing in terms of any of the web shows, a lot less on the network shows, but definitely any of the web shows, if you're passionate about what you're seeing, then get on there and make the comments. Get up there and post over and over again per each episode. Put your comment on, and then hashtag it out and get everyone that, even if it's a 2-word comment, great show. For each episode, the more comments that are on there, the more likely they are to approve a budget for another season.
Right.
Yeah. I think they're
Crystal Chappelle had worked really hard to put out her show, but unfortunately there really wasn't enough fan interest, even though the dynamics of it, the acting of it, the writing of it was incredible, but it just didn't have the fan support that it needed to garner another season's worth of budget.
Which show?
Crystal Chappelle, when she did oh God, it's right at the tip of my tongue.
Was it The Grove?
The Grove.
The Grove. Oh my God!
The Grove.
The Grove was really
so
well
heartbroken to see that there was
solid.
not going to be any more.
It was a solid show with a solid, and when I say a solid cast, I mean come on. I mean, take a look at who was in it. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. I'm going to put it out there. It's on YouTube. And, I mean, it's just – and I always say this about, actors who are, come from daytime into the world of web soaps and vice or still currently in daytime. We're so used to seeing these actors play this character, a certain character for like 20 – I'm going to say between 7 and 20 years, okay? That's a good time frame, right? To see them, like, on shows like Tainted Dreams, I mean, seriously, I'm going to fangirl right now. Allow me to do this.
Yes.
When you see, like, Austin, okay, he really does play a douchebag. I'm not going to lie. And it's so different. Like he said,
he's very convincing.
Right. Because many of us grew up like I watched Days of Our Lives in the 90s. I remember when he was Brad Snyder and he died on As the World Turns. And of course, when one like to see him playing this character on Tainted Dreams, it's like holy crap! Like really, the late great
Night and Day.
Malloy.
Yeah, Night and Day.
Like the late great Locke and Malloy.
Oh, yes.
God bless.
I mean, here's the thing. For a lot of people will probably remember him on Edge of Night. Some people remember All My Children and Gone Light and his voiceover work. His character in Tainted Dreams is by far, I mean, I love Austin's character. He's my favorite character because he's a completely different person. Like, you would never expect this person to play this kind of role. That's the great thing about these shows. Like, seriously, and Grant Alexander and Natalia Livingston, don't get me started about the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Natalia is awesome.
Yes, she is.
But then again, so is Walt. Walt is doing is dynamic.
That's my crush.
Yeah.
And it's not campy. It really
no.
is at a very professional, very solid tone. It's not campy in any way, shape, or form.
You actually, you feel the emotions that they're emitting, like when Alicia, I'm sorry, she always says her name different, Alicia's character, with the pregnancy thing, your heart just breaks for her, and so you feel everything that they're feeling, and then, you're not sitting there laughing like, oh, please, that would never happen, because it could happen, and it does happen, so, phenomenal job. I mean, Sonia is just, she's got a mind of a genius when it comes to this.
I mean, tell your friends about this show. Like, seriously, Tainted Dreams is the best show. It really is that. I'm saying that. For those who follow me, you guys know that, I fangirl about Tainted Dreams like any given Sunday.
Right. Well, kids, we're at the 1 hour mark, so I'm going to let you go so you guys can go ahead and recap the soaps from the last couple of weeks. So I had a lot of fun, and I look forward to being back on again with another guest, hopefully in the near future, because I have some things in the works. So that's all I'm going to say. How's that?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Thank you, Pam, and have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. And CAROLYN, come shovel me out and take me with you. That's all I ask. Thank you.
I'll send a limo.
Thank you. That's all I ask. That's my only dream and wish right now. So, all right. Have fun, guys. I'll talk soon.
Okay.
Thanks, Pam.
All right. Bye-bye.
Night.
Bye.
So why don't we be gracious and wonderful to CAROLYN and jump right into Days?
Oh, CAROLYN, isn't he gracious, CAROLYN?
Oh yes, he's being so nice.
That's very sweet of you, Anthony.
I have a couch for you, a very comfortable couch for you, Anthony. Anytime.
Oh, honey,
you.
Me and the dog are on our way down. We're booking our airfare tomorrow morning.
There you go. Well, I have 3 dogs, so it'll be a full house.
Nice.
We have a lot of days to cover.
Yes. Who's been watching?
Okay, I have.
I've been watching.
Okay. Candice,
All
have
right.
you been watching?
I've been watching.
Okay, I'm going to put out one character, and then we'll take it from there. You ready?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Stefan, I almost said Cassadine. Look at that. Stefan Demira.
Oh my gosh. Hot. That's on a stick. I'm sorry. Did I say that loud? I'm sorry.
Girl, I'm right behind you. I'm ready to oil him up and butter him down.
I like this character. He's a mix of sexy. He has a mystique about him. He's conniving. I love it. I love his dynamic with everybody that he has seen with. And I like how they integrated him in it.
I really like him, but I've been looking around on a few. I don't know. A lot of the fans, they don't like him. Oh,
that's not a bad thing, CAROLYN. That's not a bad thing.
No, see, when the crossover for him is going to be when they put him in a vulnerable place. When they let Tyler Christopher play vulnerability, that's going to bring everybody over to the other side.
So
right
you
now
think
they're
that
setting.
He's being too authoritarian. What don't you like about him? What he's doing
me
right
personally,
now?
There's nothing that I don't like about him. You know,
no,
I think
I'm saying with the part. Yeah, the part. His part right now.
Nothing. I think every show needs a foil. Every show needs somebody that you hate. You know, just to jump over to GH for a second. You know, the character of Ava. She was literally hated for 2 years straight. You know, and you needed that because there was no other foil. There was no other dynamic. And he's going to play this for a while. But Tyler Christopher, when they give him something vulnerable to play, it'll completely reverse the script. And everybody else,
well, the fans aren't.
He's the new EJ.
The fans aren't going to like if he's going to be there carrying Abby and that they're really hardcore with that, so they're not going to like him at all. But I think
but think about it. I mean, the fans didn't like EJ for the first 2 years either. You know, and by the time he was quote unquote killed off, he was beloved.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Well, I hope he gets vulnerable.
I think they're gonna play him as is for a while and really build, you know, the Stefano mantle, because obviously Joe Mascella can't come back and they're not gonna recast Stefano.
Yeah.
So they tried it with Andre, and Andre, as much as I love Theo, he just didn't have. I don't know what the right word is. The mystique to take on, you know, the Stefano mantle, where I think Tyler Christopher is doing a great job.
Right.
Well, did you see when Vivian smacked him across the face this week?
Yeah.
Anybody? Yeah. Oh dear. Oh
God. So
now I'd like to throw out
he kept his cool. He kept his cool.
Do you see the any part of EJ in Tyler? Do you see that quotient coming up?
Not yet. I think that
for me,
no, not yet for me either. I think they're building him in the Stefano mantle, but you know, it's Tyler Christopher. He's still in his mid-30s, so they're not going to completely obliterate the fact that he can play. I think if they lock him in with Abby or with Gabby or with someone, and they play the vulnerability side a good 5 to 6 months down the road from now, then we will see AJ and him. But right now they're playing him as the foil with Vincent Irizarry being gone. Unfortunately, Victor is just too old. As much as I love that character,
right.
There's no more fire underneath that. Brady will never take that mantle. As much as they want to play Sonny in that role, Sonny can't take that mantle. Chad can't. No. There's no one else who can take that mantle. So they really got a good actor in that role, thank God. And that's the fire they're going to build for now. And then they're going to throw a love affair at us that completely swings us to the other side.
Well, sounds good. I
agree with
something
that.
That's going to endear him.
All right, so what do you guys think about Eve right now?
Oh, I can't get into this even with, and now Brady's getting all soft. He said, "Oh, you've got a heart. There's a heart there." I don't know. I can't get into those two for some reason or another.
All I can say is when is my Teresa coming home? When is she?
Yeah, Teresa. Wait till Teresa comes back.
The end of March.
Teresa's coming, but I don't know how far in advance we are.
Soon. Soon.
I mean, that's all I kept thinking about is when they put Eve. I mean, Eve has always been kind of like a little shady too, and she makes bad decisions that turns out to be okay in her mind. I guess that's the way I look at it. Brady's been hurt. Like, he's completely torn down, and right now he's gone so far that he has to tap into the dark side to find some comfort, if that makes any sense. And
it makes sense.
And Eve's always the other woman. She's always the one, she always gets into trouble.
Right.
She's the one that they use an abuser, but she's the worst abuser. She just goes right in there. I mean, Teresa is her sister, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Eve doesn't know the truth.
Why would you even go there?
I mean, with Brady, he's completely. I mean, right now he has nothing to lose, quote unquote. He has nothing to lose. So when when Teresa, and I hope this plays out. I want Brady and Eve to be so in love, quote unquote, and whatnot. And then Teresa comes in, and then Brady's going to have to face himself. It's like, okay, here's the woman that's responsible for putting me down this dark path. And because Brady doesn't know that Teresa did all of this. The viewers know, Victor knows. I'm surprised Victor hasn't said anything.
Yeah, me too.
Victor, good job. But when he finds out and when Eve finds that's the story right there. It's like, okay, Eve, what are you going to do? Teresa, what are you going to do? Brady, who are you? Which path are you going to take?
See, what I hope Ron doesn't lose in that storyline when it does come up is that it really isn't Eve who put him down this path. It's Nicole who put him down this path.
True.
Yes.
Good point.
Eve is the the car that he got into once he was on the road, hitchhiking already. Nicole left him on the side of the dark road.
You don't think Teresa though?
No, I don't think it was Teresa. I think that because of Nicole and because of the dynamic that went on with the baby and Chloe and all of that, he didn't have the chance to go on the dark road. It wasn't until Nicole completely betrayed him after all was said and done that really left him staggering in the darkness.
Mm.
And they flirted with the Eve Brady thing before Eve left the last time.
Mm.
So there is some genuine undercurrent
it always
there.
To protect Brady? Isn't it? It always comes across that it's to protect Brady. Poor Brady. He's weak and he can't take care of himself or make the right decisions. Does anyone agree with that?
Yeah,
in psychology.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're writing that so hard in how hard they're writing Sonny against Brady.
Yeah.
Which that's the one thing about Days right now that doesn't make sense, that isn't flowing well. Everything else, even, you know, as much as I hate the storyline, the Lonnie, JJ, Eli, Gabby quadruple angle thing, it makes sense. We may not like it at the moment, but it makes sense. The only thing that doesn't make sense is the pitting of Sonny against Brady. Sonny's always been a champion for the underdog. So what, you know, it just doesn't make sense. And it's hard. It's actually hard to watch. I'd rather watch Anna and the blasted
and the urn. Yeah,
and the
Anna
urn. Yeah,
and the
thank
urn.
you.
In the urn.
I would like them to bring Austin back and lose his cool with Anna.
I would have, you know, unfortunately it's the murder weapon now, but I would have loved someone to have taken it, you know, to the closest dock and thrown it off a pier. He's dead. He's been dead for 10 years. Bye.
Yes.
Flash.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, God. So, poor Gabby.
Oh. And the scenes are so bad because the hair on Gabby's hair is curly, and then they keep looking at this video, and the hair on the one walking in the room is straight. I mean, it's has anyone noticed that?
That was beautiful. Like, when you leave office mad with curly hair, come back with kills with straight hair. Use that hair straightener. Use the hair straightener in the car. I'm like, I noticed that the first time. I was like, wait a minute, let me re-look at that. I'm like, yeah.
Think about it. But guys, every time we're contemplating murder, we reapply the lip gloss, we put on the gloves, we straighten our hair.
Get the nice outfit too. Get the nice heels, you know, because you need to, you know, make sure you have a print of your heels in the carpet, and it just gotta look beautiful, you know.
And when they first watched a video, and there was an hour or whatever was missing, and then all of a sudden they bring it back, and now here they see Gabby. I mean, don't they know that it's all been, you know, doctored and fiddled with? It's that storyline is odd.
Yeah, and it really bothers me that not one person has said, well, what about Kate?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What about Kate?
More like Kate.
Yeah, what about Kate?
More like Kate. Yeah.
The profile fits Kate just as much, if not more, than it fits Gabby.
That's right. The legs are different.
Oh, my God.
And that could be Kate's hair.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Or it's straighter. Yeah, it's straighter.
Or it could be somebody else.
I think it's Vivian. I think it's Vivian.
With a nice straight wig. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though Stefan says that he turned the cameras off the times that they were there.
Yes.
Yeah, but who's to say Vivian didn't go back when he didn't know?
How did Gabby's card to get in the room? How did she? I know Abby dropped hers. He had hers, but I didn't see Gabby losing hers or anybody taking it.
Right.
And then someone had. And when did they do that? Because they checked that, and it was her card that was used.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And last but not least, how dumb is this whole John poisoning Steve thing?
Oh, and what's that about? Why? Does anybody know?
The ISA is pressuring John to get rid of Steve because the ISA wants Steve out permanently.
Yeah, but why? Have they said?
I don't know. He's a bad risk. Or
I have a feeling it's going to turn out it's not the ISA at all. It's a resurgence of what's her name's uncle and Tripp's mother, Ava's family, and they're using John and the ISA connection, and it isn't them at all.
I still think he's being, like, his chip in his head has been activated, and he's doing certain things, and that's all I got. I'm bringing back that storyline, folks. Like, y'all remember when John was quote-unquote brainwashed?
Who has the chip? Who has
John.
the chip? film. Oh,
John
okay. Because
Henderson.
I'm thinking, is it really John? Is it somebody else? Is it John? Do you think it's John?
No, it's that guy, and there was this guy that approached him today that says you have that they want to get rid of Steve.
Right.
Yeah, and some. So I'm thinking John's under the gun. He really doesn't want to, but he's doing it because I think he fears for his family.
Yeah, well, they basically said they can get to Marlena and Will at any point. They can get to Belle across the world. So he basically has no choice. But we don't know that it's really the ISA. For all we know, it could be, Uncle Carmine and the whole Ava connection once again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But wouldn't you think that John would know
who
this guy is, or they're so seeped in there that they can manipulate it?
Oh, please! He didn't even know who his own father was during that whole story.
No, okay.
And honestly, none of us really knew who that really was. To be honest, Dave, I feel you on that because I was like, wait, that's his dad? Like, what? Okay.
And then the Shane clone lookalike, when he popped up, no one knew who the hell he was, and he's been on the show three other times in history. So,
oh yeah, Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew, thank you.
Yeah. Well, now does everyone think that the baby is really Eli's?
Well,
I don't know. They're doing such a, they're really doing such a hard on this timing that I guess it has to be. I mean, unless Lonnie, split it around even that we don't even know, and they're gonna pop up. Oh, she did the diddly with Chad that night too.
The thing is, JJ, I'm not gonna buy into it. I just see, I guess because of just like everybody else watched soap so long, you kind of like, all right, here's the twist that they're gonna somehow, some way, JJ is gonna find out about Lonnie and he's gonna break up and everything, and then come to find out the baby really is his. Like, after everything is said and done, and I just see them going down that route.
Yeah, and JJ, I mean, he's not squeaky clean. I mean, he's got a past. Why wouldn't he forgive her? I mean, he slept with Eve.
Oh, good old days.
So,
yeah, he slept with Lonnie when he was with Gabby. So yeah. JJ's got it going on. I mean, the next person he needs to sleep with is Sonny.
On a special episode of Days of Life. Yeah. Tune in for that.
Oh my God! I think I would implode. Y'all would see it in the newspapers. Boy in Staten Island implodes after watching beautiful scene on Days of Our Lives.
I would go on Periscope and live Periscope it real fast. I'd be like, y'all, this is happening right now. Breaking soap news. This is happening. Oh my God. I'm like, JJ and Sonny. Wait, is that Paul and Will? What's going on?
And what do we like about the Sierra trip and Claire triangle? Are we liking Sierra a little bit more, or?
No.
Oh, you mean?
No.
Oh, you mean Janet,
a little more,
Chrissy,
a little
and Jack?
more polish.
Yeah. You mean Three's Company on Days of Our Lives? Three's Company? Oh, okay. Because that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, Trip is Jack, Chrissy, and Janet. I'm like, okay, where's Mr. Furley? Like, where is he? Like.
Well, I love that they're reviving the face of right as Carrie's
Bella
coming
Magazine.
back. Bella Magazine, thank you. Right as Carrie's coming back. If Claire does get it, I think I'm going to hurl right all over the TV screen, and I'll have to get somebody here to clean it. I think Sierra's going to snatch it right out from under her. That's the writing's on the wall for that. Mm-hmm. You can pretty much see it coming.
I wish someone would give Claire a cheeseburger, please. Oh my God, that girl is just nothing to her. Oh, I just can't stand watching.
I remember those days well.
I don't even know how she can stand up. She's so thin. Oh my God. Oh, anyway.
She reminds me of that actress from Mamma Mia, the daughter.
What is her name?
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
I know who you're talking about. Oh my gosh, what is her name? What? Wait, Amanda. Wait.
Amanda Seyfried. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Mhm. I had to like close my eyes and like, okay, wait a minute, it's coming to me. Hold on.
Well, when all these secrets come out, there's going to be Rafe and Hope. Oh, JJ and Lonnie. I mean, there's all these secrets. Oh, is it all going to happen in 1 week? We just won't.
CAROLYN
we won't know
and
what
Eric.
to do with ourselves. Oh, oh yeah, Eric and Jennifer. Oh, but no, I'm not liking that
I don't know. I like
storyline
Jennifer
either.
and that doctor boy as much as I like her with Eric. I sort of like the dynamic with her and that doctor boy.
Really?
Yeah.
It's somebody fresh for Jennifer, and I noticed Jennifer's whole persona. She's all dolled up. She's not looking like, no offense to grandma, like she's looking fresh. She's like, I'm
now
here.
we need to get his shirt off. Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
I like seeing him like kind of like squirm a little bit and whatnot. Because anytime I see Greg Brown on TV, that's a good day. But I do like. It took me a while to get on the whole generic. I think that's their Squish name, and I see it. But also at the same time, I like the fact that they're allowing Jennifer to kind of grow. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it felt like she was just in this.
Yeah,
like,
she needs a break. She needs a break.
Yeah.
I agree. She needs a break.
Yeah, she was playing grandma for way too long. It's nice to see her back in cute little dresses and being flirtatious and being, kitschy.
Hair down. Nice and polished.
We need some sex scenes in bed with her. Just, get her loosened up a little bit.
And the doctor. There you go.
And where is Lucas? We need more Lucas.
No, more Lucas. CAROLYN, where's Lucas?
I don't know. I'm waiting for Eric to come to Tampa. Yeah, he's coming to Tampa in June. Great ball.
That's right. They're having an event.
Yeah. I'm working on it. So I'll let you guys know if he's really as hot in person as he is on the
Oh, he is. He is. Oh, yeah. And he's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Should we move on to Y&R?
B&B?
Oh, B&B.
Yeah, do your favorite show.
We can do B&B in about 2 seconds. Bridge and Brooke got married. Everybody was there.
Yeah.
Everybody talked about it. Liam didn't show up. Bill is off the canvas for the week.
And Sheila didn't interrupt the wedding.
Nope, that's who was missing. Sheila with a gun. Sheila's got a gun. Like that. Taylor wasn't there.
Taylor wasn't there.
Nicole and Zende wasn't there.
Right.
Was RJ there? Bridget wasn't there. Oh, I didn't even see you. Oh, so he made number 10. Bridget called in. Wow. That was so sweet.
Bridget called in.
That was so nice. Couldn't even Skype
I think they left Donna on the second floor.
What, did we see Will?
You did. Will. No, I didn't see
Katie's baby.
Yeah, I remember.
Was Lizzie there? Elizabeth Forster?
She's on the second floor with Donna.
Gotcha, see?
And Pam made lemon bars.
Lemon bars.
And those lemon bars.
And Charlie was doing security. Like, please, this is private.
When Charlie talked about being Mr. Omaha in 1981, I just fell off the couch.
I'm like, are you serious? Like, she's really happy. Like, oh, guys. Oh, man. But did you hear the special guest that's going to be there tomorrow?
No.
I thought that was going to be Sheila.
No. Okay, name a character. This is I like doing this. Name a character that every Bold and Beautiful fan has missed. not Taylor.
Macy.
Not Macy.
Oh, she did.
Is she really dead? Who is anybody? Well, this character might be.
Macy is dead.
Yeah.
She's going to be at the wedding. This person.
Yeah, so to speak. Yes.
CAROLYN?
Stephanie.
Well, Stephanie's hanging over the mantle.
Bingo. So they released a little statement, Bold and Beautiful, that tomorrow Susan Flannery's voice will make an appearance on the show tomorrow. That counts. It counts.
That would be nice.
The voice of the original Queen, even though Brooke's my Queen too, but the original Stephanie will be speaking on the Bold and the Beautiful tomorrow. I'm okay with it. I just think she should talk to some other people.
Yeah.
Who's she going to talk to? Who's she going to talk to? Brooke?
Mm-hmm.
She needs to knock that portrait right off the wall on the top of Queen's head and say, Eric, what the hell is you doing?
Half of me, when I heard it, I always still, I understand, I respect Susan Flannery's decision to not come, but I really wish there was an episode where Stephanie would come back from the dead and like you said, talk to Eric and Quinn and talk to Brooke and Ridge and Thorne and also
and just read
to
everybody. Yes.
Right, and especially her own grandchild. Like, look, Steffi, we need to talk. I just feel as though and I get it, you want to respect the actress's wishes, but man,
right.
They could use flashback clips. They could sync it. And it would probably work. I'm just thinking that, how many times would it be where Brooke would think something stupid and then you hear Stephanie saying, "You are the slut of the valley." I can imagine that right now. But yeah.
Carolyn, see, this is going to get you watching.
I'm going to try.
Okay, and I just have to say this. Just when they really got me completely in and okay with Wyatt and Katie, now they got to throw in this whole Thorne thing, man.
I knew they were going to do that. I knew
they were going to do it, but I was kind of hoping that they wouldn't, and they'd let the dynamic play out. I'd love to see the scene where Bill is like, "You're judging me? You're sleeping with your stepmama.
Look at you.
Hello?" I really was waiting for that big reveal to kind of come out, and now instead he's going to catch Katie and Thorne kissing, and that's going to be that.
Well, think about it. I mean, they don't have. I mean, Bold and Beautiful, let's be honest, is all about triangles. Okay. So for so long, it was Brooke, Ridge, insert third party. And now that they've married Brooke and Ridge, give it a couple of months, for the 11th time, you don't have anything. You had Quinn and Eric. They're married and born. Thanks, Bold and Beautiful, for doing that. Made Quinn born. Thanks.
Yeah, really.
You only have, you got Steffi, Liam, Hope, insert Sally. I don't know why. So,
I love Sally.
I like Sally too, but, if they're going to try to put her up against Hope and Steffi over Liam's heart, that's a losing battle. Let's be honest. I
don't know about that, though.
I don't know. I'm more for Sally than I am for...
I'm more for Hope.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
she went with the brother.
Go ahead.
She played him back and forth, made him leave Steffi for the most part. Then he finally gets with Steffi, and she sleeps with the father. He's probably like, you know what? Let me get me some red, because blonde and black don't do it up in this town. Let me get me some red.
There you go.
I can see it where down the line they're going to have it where it's going to be. I figured that out when they brought Thorne back. I was like, they're going to insert Thorne, Katie, and Wyatt, which is going to mean that Wyatt either is going to be with Sally for a minute or Hope.
Oh God.
Yep. It's
so
nasty, people.
We shall continue. Next soap.
I might as well go to Young and the Restless. Oh, GH?
Okay, go ahead. All right. I'm going to make a statement.
Go ahead.
And, Melissa Claire Egan is leaving, and I need an antidepressant.
We need to take a moment. We need to take a moment because that actually made me depressed a little bit too. Like, I like Chelsea. I mean, I know a lot of people.
I do.
In the last couple of years, hasn't really connected with Chelsea. I like Chelsea. I love the evolution. I love the fact that they've gone back into her history, in her past, and they brought up her original, behavior a little bit. I am going to miss her. I just hope they don't screw up her exit storyline.
Oh, they're rushing it. Look at it. It ramped up in a week already. They are rushing it big time.
I mean, she leaves next month, like mid-March. So I just hope it's a payoff. I think look, younger Restless fans, you know what is the deal. Everybody wants a certain somebody to come back to whisk her off canvas. That's the high hope right now.
Well, that's the story that they seem to be writing right now with the mysterious text, the money that was suddenly appears. She had no idea about that money. That wasn't her getaway. That wasn't her getaway with the baby. That wasn't her exit plan. She had a plan in place, but it wasn't the money in the wall. That's Adam letting her know, I'm setting everything up. Only, it's so cryptic, and she's so nick-eyed right now that she's not getting it. We're all getting it, but she's not getting it.
So you don't think she's really scamming herself?
No, I don't. I think Adam's doing it, setting up her exit storyline. What I think would be amazing if they did, if they brought what's her name?
Justin.
Crazy best friend, Maggie. Not Maggie. What the hell's her name?
Chloe.
Chloe.
Yeah, if they brought her in with a message from Adam, and that's how she actually went off the canvas with her.
Well, we know Greg Reichardt's coming back, so maybe that's.
Yeah, it all kind of sort of plays to, they figured that off screen, they figured out Adam's alive. Adam was recovering, who the hell knows, maybe he had amnesia for a year, whatever it is, now it's all into play, and they're going to whisk her off real quick. And she's going to take Christian with her.
The only problem is that even though they're rushing the story, it's still, like, the fact that Chelsea, even though Chelsea knew or, quote, thinks Chloe's dead, and she made peace with her, I still would think, if they're going to have Chloe, there needs to be some kind of confrontation. Like, what do you mean? You faked your death. What do you mean? You knew Adam was alive? Like, stuff like that. I need to see that.
Yeah, and I think that's what it'll be. It'll be a 3-episode run-on where they're the main story for the 3 episodes, and it'll be all blown out so quickly. You're not dead. Wait a minute. But it doesn't matter, and she's going to keep trying to throw in but, and Chelsea's just going to keep going, and finally she's going to say, but I'm here because of Adam. What do you mean you're here because of Adam? Adam's alive too. Where? Oh, okay, let's go. Oh, grab Christian, hurry. I got Colin.
And I need Kevin.
Colin, whatever the hell his name is.
And here's the thing, you just said, right, like Chelsea be in disbelief because, first and foremost, said that Chloe faked her death and is saying that Adam's alive. I need Kevin to come in and confirm it. Like, she's not lying. She's telling the truth. Adam is such and such, and show her a picture, a recent picture of him, real time or something, like on the computer.
Or FaceTime, exactly.
Yeah.
All we have to see is the back of the phone, and he'd be like, babe, I'm waiting in Honolulu. Get on the plane.
Or even.
But you heard her. You heard her say.
Yeah.
You heard her say. What was it yesterday? She says, "I'm doing this all." When she's talking to Christian after Nick leaves, I'm doing this all for you because I don't want Grandpa Victor coming after me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that could be the red herring of why she's so hard trying to prove to Nick, that she's real, the good Chelsea, that she's reformed her ways and all that. That could be a red herring. making us think that it's her to throw off the surprise that, bam, it's been Adam all along.
Or do you think she actually has known that Adam's been alive all this time?
No, I don't think they're going to play that. What I think would be wonderful is if they could get a 1 or 2 day appearance from Justin Hartley. But I don't think that's going to happen. This Is Us is just too popular. I don't think he's going to step back.
I would take 5 minutes of seeing Justin Hartley on TV. Just 5 minutes, not a whole story arc. Just 5 minutes.
Yep. That maybe even Chloe doesn't come back. Maybe that's Greg Reichert's story. He comes back to say, listen, sign this to absolve Chloe, this and that, blah, 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 blah. And then he opens the door, and there's Justin Hartley. She goes running into his arms. Greg picks up both boys. They walk out, and that's it. We never see them again. How many different jobs is JT going to have in the next 2 more weeks? Is he going to have like 5 more jobs in the next 2 weeks?
Who, Justin?
JT.
Oh, JT? I know. I thought that was rather crass how he, yesterday. Didn't
Which
you?
part?
Where he
At
says,
the dinner party?
Where he brought up Jill.
Yeah,
King.
So did I.
That was very out of class, and I'm for one, I'd like to know who Victoria thinks she is, and because I don't really, I have a more appreciation for Kane than I do for Victoria.
First and foremost, Victoria is the daughter of the iconic Victor Newman, who doesn't take no for an answer. She is the belle of the boardroom, who also doesn't take crap from people. And when she does, all she has to do is go to her dad, or sometimes she can do it herself, and she will make somebody's life a living hell. Victoria Newman, ladies and gentlemen. Victoria.
Thank you, Candice. I think that explains it.
Yeah. I mean, I like this. I always said Victoria, she's, you know how parents groom you for success and whatnot, or just say, you can be whatever you want to be, just as long as it's just like me. That's Victor Newman to Victoria. And Victoria, with this whole Ashley thing, she's not stupid. Like, she is looking at everything with her eyes wide open, and hopefully she's looking at everything with her eyes wide open, and she's not taking any. Look, she's already took enough crap. I mean, she trusted people that, kind of screwed her over, too. She made bad decisions. Who hasn't? But she literally is her father's child. So I like Victoria right now.
No, I haven't liked Victoria in a while, and I hate to say that because Victoria is what has been one of my core characters. But I haven't liked her in a while, and it doesn't make sense to me that she would play it the way she's playing it right now, especially being Victor Newman's child. She would rub up on Ashley, rub through Ashley, and then stomp her instead of trying to run the race next to her and out-thoroughbred her. It just doesn't – the writing is not really solid in this storyline at all. It doesn't – it's not coming together right. Unless they have a master plan that I'm not seeing, this cattiness is not what true Victoria – how true Victoria would play it.
But like I said, I mean, she's been screwed so many times. And not only that, but she knows, like, okay, Jack and Ashley had this big confrontation to where Jack really just, made Ashley like, guess what? You're not a part of a family. Bum. So Victoria sees it as, okay, here's somebody trying to come over to prove a point, but at the same time, she's on my turf. Like, she can make a point somewhere else. She ain't coming over to my family company to make a point to everybody else. And at the same time, she's not a child, And I guess it's the way of her growth, because Victoria and Ashley, they were cool. Then there were times they weren't. And then there was times they were like, you know what, it is what it is. But now she's kind of like, the only reason that my father and my mom hired you was because of what happened with you and Jack. And if you feel as though you're going to come over and try to take over my company, then you have another thing coming. And if you want to, we can try, but you know in the end it's not going to work out. Maybe it will.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, without the whole bitchy, sassy, like, oh, it's my daddy, it's my company. Victoria's smarter than that. That's what annoys me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's smarter than that. She should be playing Ashley rather than running the race with Ashley.
Well, also you got to think, too, Victoria, I mean, let's be honest, Abby, Victoria's kind of playing the Abby role a little bit. Because Abby said that Daddy, you know what I'm saying? That, Daddy finally gave her the keys to the nice company, and Abby was, like, living it up. She was like, guys, my daddy finally. And then Victoria stole the spotlight from Abby. Now Victoria does feel as though, like, okay, you bring Ashley, who's had her own problems, to try to steal my thunder, to steal my spotlight? Are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, but you know what, too? 3 different people, as far as I've seen in the last, 4 days, 3 different people have basically pointed it out to her. You've had the keys to the kingdom how many times now? 4? 5?
Right.
Nick's had the keys to the kingdom. Adam's had the keys to the kingdom. You are no one's ever going to really have the keys to the kingdom because Victor's sitting in that inner office, the safe room, whatever it be, pushing all his little buttons and playing games.
Right.
You're never going to outfox the mustache unless you cut that mustache off. And, like Samson and Delilah. If you cut that hair off, then maybe he won't be the mustache no more.
Right.
Right. Okay, we're short on time. Hit GH. The best moments of GH.
Okay, I am really pissed off.
Yeah, go ahead.
If they are bringing Sonny's father on to piggyback on a YNR dementia storyline, I'm really pissed off. There was no need for it. If they are going to do it, they should have done it with someone like Jackie Zeman. If you can't bring back the Mike that we all know and love, why are you bringing this weird man to play Mike back on? And don't be piggybacking on a storyline that did so well for another soap. No, this is just all wrong. I love that Jason got to play Daddy today. And I just want the one scene that I was waiting for just did not happen. I wanted to see Anna come in with a chainsaw and be like, nah, he ain't dead. I got to cut his head off. I got to cut his penis off. I got to chop him into 100 pieces because this man has never been dead. He's got to be dead.
Yep. And Valentine lied to her.
Valentine absolutely lied to her. This is a red herring. She did not give birth to a girl. He's just throwing her off the case. And absolutely what confirmed it for me was the phone call between Peter and Valentine at the end of today's show.
Yep.
I'm going to pretend that never happened. I'm going to focus on the good. I agree with you about the whole Mike with Alzheimer's story. I thought I was the only one that, obviously I was watching. I'm like, wait a second. Don't tell me they're going to. They are. And the sad part is that once again, GH, you're making it all about, no offense, Sonny. Like, this show needs to grow. And I see that emotional connection with the whole Nathan storyline with Maxie and Lulu and Dante. Like, that's the emotional storyline that, as a fan, I appreciate. Because right now, but because you're bringing back, first and foremost, you got Mac and Felicia. That's a good thing, okay, to help with, Maxie. You have Anna, you have Robin, you have the Scorpio family intact. Not only that, Kirsten Storms has been killing it with her acting.
Yep.
And so is Michelle Stafford.
I was going to say that. Like, Michelle Stafford, a lot of people have said some stuff about Michelle and whatnot. Some people need to exhibit. But this storyline, I just feel as though this is the reawakening of her. And I like the.
Yep.
I just love that this is actually a real story that's going on. Like, a lot of people, have spouses who are cops and firefighters and stuff, there's a little soap twist to it, but this is real, especially with the blood on the sonogram.
Yep.
If that didn't do it, I'm like, oh wow, like they really are going for the emotions. Other than that, with that part of General Hospital, I'm watching. Everything else, with Anna, what other kid other than the kid that she lost with David Hayward on All My Children and Rock? Who? Why, GH? Why are you doing this? Like, I don't see the point. That's my frustration with that. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's all right.
Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me tonight. Do you want to give your last message before we say goodbye to everybody?
Keep watching the soaps. We're down to 4. Keep supporting them. There's a lot of great material for these actors out, on these shows. Make sure you watch these web shows too. Tainted Dreams on Amazon. So keep it going. Keep the soap genre alive.
Absolutely. Austin Peck was a great guest. He enlightened us in a lot of ways. He was real and funny and raw, and Tainted Dreams is a great show. If you haven't checked it out, get onto Amazon. Season 1 and 2 are now available, and the more hits we get, the more likely it is we'll get a season 3. And once again, I love being on the show. I love interacting with you guys.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it. Carolyn?
Yeah, it's been a fun night. And I have to watch Tainted Dreams because it's a soap within a soap. So Austin said that there's a lot of real life on Tainted Dreams.
And his character is just so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
I just tweeted out the Tainted Dreams on Twitter. I had a really,
Dreams, yes.
Yes, Tainted Dreams. Yes, it's on Twitter.
Tainted Dreams at Tainted Dreams TS.
Yes.
All right, sweet dreams, everybody. I'll see you hear you in 2 weeks.
Yep, 22nd.
Okay, guys. Keep warm.
Yep,
Thanks.
me too.
Good
night, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Okay. Night, everybody.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.